Okay. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Okay. So glad everybody's on. I know Britt said she's not feeling great. Sorry, Britt. Hope you're starting to feel better, but we are very glad you're on here, even if you don't show your face. It's okay. Okay. So a few things I wanted to go through really quickly, just because I've had multiple people ask me questions. So I want to touch on Black Friday sale really quick. I'm going to quickly go through like what the plan is for the month. I'm going to post a team calendar, but it won't go up until honestly probably first of next week. So just know like all of this will be on our team page so you can see it. But just wanted to kind of overview and go over what my plan is. Y'all, I'm going to start, and some of y'all know this because I've told y'all this for accountability. But I'm just going to start by encouraging y'all. Like, we have one more week. And I know it's Thanksgiving, and I do not want you to take this the wrong way. Like, oh my gosh, I got to work through Thanksgiving and do crazy things. No, like, utilize your early week and late week or whatever it looks like, working around your family's plans. Do not go crazy and stress when you have Thanksgiving plan. Like, unplug. I literally turned my stuff off this weekend when Caleb and I went to Birmingham, and that's okay to do. Like, I just want y'all to know, like, yes, this takes hard work, but please unplug. Please enjoy time with your family. Like, this is not ever supposed to take the part of that. But up until today, I was at Success Club 2. I did get to 4 today. But honestly, y'all, like, for me, 2.5 years into this business, that is super, super low. And I don't want some of y'all to hear that and be like, oh my gosh, that's great for me. Completely different seasons of business, completely different places. That is awesome for a lot of people. But honestly, I just want to share, like, I was feeling really defeated. I told Caleb that too. I was like, I almost feel embarrassed. Like, I'm leading a team and this is really bad for me. But honestly, just had to take a step back. Remember like why I'm here, and also really go into this week with a plan, because no, numbers are not everything. But yes, I'm still going to work the hardest I can and shoot for my goals this month. And so I just kind of want to share a few things. Like, first of all, to hopefully encourage y'all, to let y'all know that like not every month is easy, even for leaders that you see showing up, first of all. But here's my plan going into the rest of this week. I sat down this weekend when Caleb and I got home, and I made a list of invites and follow-ups. And literally that is my focus, is conversations. I'm not going to do all the crazy things. I might not follow new people at all this week. I don't know. It just depends on what I have time. But really what I'm doing is I have a list of people that I invited in January of last year, in February of last year, who gave me their emails. Like, I track all that, and I'm going back and just following up with them and touching base and sharing about the Black Friday sale, and honestly just making sure I don't neglect the conversations that I already have going in my inbox, because sometimes I can get into such a habit of like, oh my gosh, I got to send this many invites. I got to do this. And then I forget about these conversations happening. And y'all, that's what matters anyways. Like, we're here to connect and serve people. And so I just want to share that with y'all to hopefully encourage you. Like, I know it's Thanksgiving week. Please take time to unplug, but also utilize the time outside of that wisely. And just know that like I'm literally in the trenches at the very bottom with y'all this month. So we're going to finish strong together no matter what that looks like. So just wanted to encourage y'all in that. A few things. Black Friday sale. Hold on one second. Okay. Black Friday sale. This is completely up to you as a coach. I just want you to know this. This is not anything Beachbody puts on necessarily. Now, granted, they are doing their $20 off sale still. So that takes all challenge packs from $160 to $140. So if that is like what you want to promote as your Black Friday sale, that's fine. Do that. People don't know, like, yes, we've been running it all month, but it's still a sale. And so if that's what you want to do it. What we typically do is we usually have a team-wide Facebook page. We're not doing that this year. We're literally just going to have a Google form that y'all can make a copy of. I don't have it right now, but I will have it to you before Wednesday. Full transparency, I'm not making it. I'm getting it from some of the other leaders in our community. So basically what that's going to look like is it's going to be a Google form, and it's going to kind of walk people through how it works. And what we normally do, and this is up to you, like I said, this is you giving people money back. So if you're not in a place where you can do that, or you don't want to, you don't have to, but this is something I do every year. But basically if they spend $20, they get $5 back. They spend $50, they get $10. If they spend $100, they get $20. And so what that looks like is you giving them like kind of like cash back in a way, but obviously you're not giving cash. And so what I do is either send an Amazon gift card, just have a plan up front, know what you're going to tell them beforehand, or I do PayPal. I think it's safer to do an Amazon gift card from what I understand. Like, we've read all the rules and regulations, like we've done this for the past 3 years, but I tend to lean more towards Amazon gift cards, just because that's something that I know there's nothing wrong, like fully clear as far as what we can do. Basically what I'm saying is you're not supposed to like buy customers. So that's what I'm saying. Just be careful and make sure like you're not handing cash to people in person and that kind of stuff. But that's typically how we do our Black Friday sale. Like I said, normally it's in a Facebook page. Too much going on this year. We're going to make a simple Google form. You can send it to them. It's going to have tons of options. This can be for your current customers or new customers. So if your current customer wants to buy a thing of Energize, great, $5 back. Like, it's simple things. It doesn't just have to be challenge packs. And they're going to be able to read the directions on the Google form, go through and click what they want to do. And then you go in and create a cart, and then you're responsible for giving them money back. This is the way I look at it. I truly see it as an investment into my business. Because it is. And like I said, I know everybody's in a different place. And so if you can't financially do this, that's okay. It seriously is okay. But the way I see it is, okay, well, I earn $50 off of a challenge pack. Yes, I'm giving them $20 back, but that's still $30 of commission that I make. And at the end of the day, is it less money on my end? Yes. But am I bringing in new girls into my community to get the excitement up, to get new faces in my group? Yes. And more than that, I have the opportunity to serve someone. And if that means $30 commission instead of $50, that's okay to me, because I know I'm in a place where I can do that in my business. And I know it's not something I do every single month. So that's just kind of what Black Friday sale looks like. Honestly, y'all, you can do this anytime in your business, whenever you want to. Like, there isn't any rules or regulations to it. If you want to run a flash sale, you can do this at any time. But I typically do it around like holidays or events, just to make it more of a special thing for my customers to see. I've already been inviting to this behind the scenes. Every invite I have sent in the past week, I have talked about, hey, I'm doing a Black Friday sale next week. And so basically for my people buying a challenge pack, if they do it, it's basically going to be $120, because it's $140 already with Beachbody. I'm giving them $20 back. And so just know you can run this on your own. I'll be honest, I don't have fancy graphics. I literally like inserted a picture on my stories today and put text over it. Like, I didn't make anything fancy. I'm just talking about it, and I'm really talking about it behind the scenes in my conversations. So that's kind of what that looks like. You can pick the dates. I'm telling my people Friday through Sunday, honestly, because I want people to make that commitment if they're going to, because we were at the end of the month and I haven't hit Success Club. And so I don't want to get till Tuesday night at 10 o'clock and somebody be like, oh, let me jump in. First of all, I'm going to be asleep. Second of all, like, that's just stressful. So let me read this. Is the Google form fully, haven't thought about that. Tomorrow I will look at it though, and we can try to find you some graphics. I feel so bad. I'm so horrible at remembering she's from Canada and prices are different. I can text you about that. We'll look at it, because I'm sure it's going to be US, just because that's what 90% of us do. But I do have access to some Canadian prices on Mompreneur, so we can get that fixed if we need to. So that is a little bit about Black Friday. If anybody has questions, like, please drop in the chat or unmute yourself. I'm happy to answer them. Like I said, that's your choice. Just know if you offer it, it is on you. It's not Beachbody giving them $40 off a challenge pack. It's Beachbody giving them 40, you giving them 20. So that's what that looks like. I don't know who on here signed up for 12 days of fitness. But if you see, like, that's about to start rolling around. I'm doing it December 1st to the 12th. If you did not sign up on the Fit for His Glory page, just know, like, your people's names technically aren't going into the drawing. So like, the way it worked is you had to comment on that post, and everybody gave a certain amount of money, depending on how many people we had, towards the prizes. And so if you see that kind of circulating around, you can always do your own or something like that. I just don't want y'all to see like me sharing it and be like, wait, what's going on? Granted, I did a horrible job of reminding y'all that, because I was gone this weekend. I literally got a text from one of the leaders like Saturday night, like, hey, are you not doing this? I'm like, honestly, I never saw the post. So full transparency, I'm sorry I did not give y'all heads up ahead of time. Sometimes I miss things myself. But basically what we're doing is we have stories every day, and we're doing a challenge. And so it's going to be like on the first day of Fitmas, my coach challenged me, and like maybe the first day is 20 jumping jacks. And so the way it works is everybody that sees your story, they have the opportunity to do 20 jumping jacks. And so they actually have to do it, post it on their story, and tag you. And so what happens is every person that participates, their name goes in a drawing, and one person gets a prize every day. Like I said, the prizes, I don't know how many girls were in it from Fit for His Glory. Like tons of people were in that group message that I looked at today. Like we only paid like $5 each for 12 days of prizes. Maybe it was less than that. I don't remember. But basically that's how it works. So kind of in the future, like I said, I'm really sorry I did not talk to y'all about that beforehand. So if you saw the post, wonderful. If you didn't, I'm really sorry, because I didn't either until somebody texted me. But just wanted to kind of talk about that, because you will see me start sharing that. I didn't want y'all to think it was like, oh, Shay's like not doing this team-wide thing and didn't share, because not what it is, but I did forget to share. Okay, super quick, keep it to like 5 seconds, and then I'm gonna let Caroline take over, and we can always come back and ask questions, because I definitely want her to have time to talk. But like I said, I'll post our team calendar, but a few big dates. December the 2nd, job 1 launches for customers, coaches. I'm really excited about this program. That's what Caroline's going to talk to us about tonight. She just wrapped up. I think you just wrapped up, right? Just finished it. Okay. So just finished it. I'll let her go through the details, but it releases for coaches on December 12th. So here's what I do around program launches. I usually go in and cancel my monthly subscription of Shakeology, Performance Line, whatever my monthly products are. I go in and cancel, and I buy challenge pack when it releases. So basically a challenge pack is $130. What that gives you is early access to the program plus your products. So instead of me paying $100 for Shakeology that month, completion pack. Yes. What did I say? Challenge pack? Sorry, y'all. Completion pack. Even though it's technically not called that anymore on BOD, it's still a total solution pack, but you can see the total solution without BOD, if that makes sense. It's still there. It's just, if y'all have trouble finding it, tell me, because they changed the wording of it. But what I do is I go in and I cancel my product. So I don't pay $100 for Shakeology that month. I pay $130, and I get early access to the program, the supplies that come with it, or not supplies, but equipment that comes with it. And then my Shakeology. So if you're going to purchase the program, you don't have to. I'm just saying, if you're going to, that's the best way to do it, is to go in and cancel your products and then redo it, because it's a lot cheaper. I'm personally, my BOD renews in December. So I'm literally going to renew my entire, I am going to do a challenge pack. That's why I said that. I think I got confused because my BOD's about to renew. So I'm going to go in and cancel everything and buy a whole new challenge pack in December. So if you have questions about that, tell me, but it launches for us. So coaches and preferred customers on the 2nd. If you plan on rallying around this program, it is super important you go ahead and jump in when you can. That way you can start doing it. You can start getting your own results. You can start sharing and breadcrumbing what it looks like and get people excited. I think this is going to be a wonderful program for a lot of people, because it's 5 days a week, 20 minutes. Like, that's crazy. I know I've shared this with y'all, but I did the math, legit did the math, and it's less than 1% of your week if you do it 5 days a week. And sometimes you got to help your customer start with 2 days or 3 days. But it's so doable. And I think it's going to be something that we can really speak to busy seasons, college people, just tons of different people that have a lot of excuses. Honestly, I think it's going to be great. So we can purchase it on the 2nd. Customers can purchase it on the 16th. So you have 2 weeks to just hype it up if you're rallying around this program. That's the biggest thing. And then what we're actually going to do as a team is we're going to start our challenge group is going to start on January the 3rd. We're going to kick off prep on December 27th. So people can purchase on the 16th. That gives them a week and a half almost to get their stuff, to finalize their purchase, start prep week. And then we're literally kicking off the new year with this 20-minute program to help people just start creating healthy habits and rhythms and routines. So those are just some really big things I wanted to touch on. I will make our team calendar here this weekend, get it posted for y'all. We have some really good team calls coming up with Fit for His Glory. Michelle Myers is leading one of them. So just make sure you look at that. And like I said, it's a busy season. So I know we're not all going to be able to make all the things, but look at the calendar when I post it and kind of make a plan and figure out, okay, what can I do? How can I do this? But also please take time to unplug. Like, it's so important. Okay. If anybody has questions, drop them in the chat, or at the end we can chat back and forth, but I've talked long enough. So I'm going to hand it over to Caroline because I want her to have time. I am so excited. If you don't know, Caroline is literally one of the leaders on our team and is in college. So is in a completely different season than a lot of us. Honestly, a really hard season to grow a business. It just is. College girls don't like to do that, but she's done amazing. And so I really asked her to come on tonight and talk about success starters and what that looks like and the importance of it, because that is the way that she was able to participate in this job one test group, was by being a success starter. And so I'm going to hand it over and let her kind of lead the way, drop questions for her if y'all have them. And I do not know the answer to that, Brooklyn, because they haven't announced it yet, but it's usually like 6 months or so after. Caroline might can answer. I don't know if she knows, but
I don't know.
Yeah, it's usually later on when they announce it. Like, we don't know right off the bat, but it's usually like a 6-ish month break between the launch and when they put it on VOD. So I'll keep y'all updated, but okay, Caroline, take it away.
Sweet. Thank you so much, Shay. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Oh, can you, Shay, do you mind enabling me to share my screen, please? Perfect. Okay, can everybody see? Perfect. Okay. Hey y'all, I'm Caroline. If I haven't met you yet, I'm really excited. This is my first team call that I've ever led, so this is really fun. But today, like Shay said, I'm going to be talking about Success Starter, and then at the end, I'll talk a little more about specifics of Job 1 and kind of what that looks like for me and how I like the program, pros and cons, things like that. So I'm really excited to kind of give y'all a little inside scoop. So I'm calling this Success Starter 101. But first, a little bit about me. My name is Caroline. Like I said, I am almost 22. I go to school at Stanford University. I'm a senior there, and I'm studying speech language pathology, and I'd love to work in a hospital setting one day, working with patients with traumatic brain injury or head and neck cancer, or there's a multitude of things, but that's really what I'm passionate about and what I'm going to school for. This is Birmingham. Can y'all see my mouse moving? Okay, cool. Yeah, this is Birmingham. This is Stanford. It's a beautiful campus. And then this is my family. This is my younger brother, Thomas, younger sister, Campbell, my dad, my mom, and my dog, Ellis. She is so spoiled. And tomorrow is her 2nd birthday. So yes, we did buy her a birthday cookie. Anyways, so that's my family and just a little bit about me before we get started. And I'd love to share a little bit about just my coaching story and how I got started. I started coaching mid-January of this year. So I'm about to come around to my coach anniversary, which is kind of exciting. But anyways, I was grew up very active. I was always in sports, sometimes multiple sports per season. High school athlete, always active. However, kind of towards the end of high school and early college, unhealthy habits just kind of set in, and I just was not stewarding my body well. I showed up to sports practice every day and things like that, except when I went to college, I was hardly ever exercising, and I just didn't I knew healthy food and unhealthy food, but I just was kind of eating whatever I craved, or having dessert every single night. And not that dessert is bad, I just was not stewarding my body well. And I feel like, especially my first 2 years of college, when I was no longer playing sports and I was eating in the calf every day, and um, I feel like that was a time where the Lord really started to teach me what it looks like to honor my body and honor him with my body, and just showing me what it means that it's not even my body, it's his body that he's gifted me, and how can I use this body to serve others and um, have energy to do all the things that he's called me to during the day. When I'm feeling like super, I don't know, bloated from eating 2 bowls of ice cream the night before, I'm probably not gonna study very well in the library the next day, It just makes sense, and I feel like the Lord was just teaching me a lot about that and teaching me, the importance of faith in my journey, and kinda like I was saying, just realizing how I can use my body to serve him, and realizing that like he is a very integral part of my health and fitness, and he can give me the strength to eat healthy and work out. And I was just learning that, and John 10:10 was really placed on my heart, and that's what I my Instagram handle is the abundant life, and that's where that comes from. John 10:10 says, thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but I came to give life and give it abundantly. And I feel like the thief was stealing away my joy and my energy of just not taking care of my body and not eating healthy and not exercising. But the Lord came to give me life. And I believe that health and fitness is one way I can live in that life. But as I'm learning all these things, I find Shay on Instagram, and she's besides like she and Caroline Foster, and she was like the first person I ever saw in the fitness industry that was sharing her faith and combining the two and talking about how faith is very much intertwined with fitness. And that is not something I had heard anyone ever talking about before. However, it was something that the Lord had been placing in my heart. And so when I finally met Shay on Instagram and she was talking about this thing that the Lord had been placing on my heart, I felt really drawn to her. Um, and so I had been following her for a while, loved what she did, admired it, never really thought about joining her. I just really liked what she was doing. And then, of course, we became friends. And one day she kind of asked me, Caroline, have you ever thought about coaching? And I literally had a text typed out that said, no, thank you. I do not have enough time. I am a college student. I have schoolwork. No thanks. Like in my head, I'm like, I will never post myself working out on Instagram. That is crazy. Never. And I had it all written out, and I'd gotten to the end. And in that moment, I just had this overwhelming urge, or the Holy Spirit just saying, like, Caroline, let's stop and pray about this first. And I sat on my bedroom floor right over there and was just kind of prayed to the Lord and was like, Lord, like, is this something that you want me to do? And just started praying. And it was like in that moment, he filled me with so much passion for coaching and gave me a vision and a mission of how I can use what he had been teaching me for um, these past months or these past years, and what he was doing in my life and my passions, and how I can share that with other people, because there are I believe that there's a lot of other girls that are probably feeling the same way, and that he could really turn my mess into a mission, and just gave me an excitement about it. So I deleted the text I was about to send to Shay and retyped and was like, yes, actually, I would love to set up a call with you. And the rest is history, I guess. So coming around to my coach anniversary. So that's a little bit about me and my story, and how I got into coaching. So next, we'll get into Success Starter 101. What, why, and how. So, obviously, there is no perfect script for how to achieve Success Starter. I believe that there are certain things that are very helpful, but everyone kind of creates how they like to do it, and they figure out what works for them. But I'm just going to share some things that worked for me and that were really helpful, and hopefully it's helpful to you. So, what, why, and how? What is Success Starter? Well, Success Starter is recognition for new coaches who hit Success Club 5 or above in 3 out of the first 6 months of coaching. And when I started coaching, I did not hit Success Starter in my first 3 months. So, like, first 3 in a row. So thank goodness there were 6 months. And I got Success Club within my first 6 months. So that means it's really crucial to hit the ground running and start hitting those goals initially in your business so that you can earn Success Starter, because you must earn it in those first 6 months. So it's really important to get going with that. Why Success Starter? So, one, you have to earn a spot in the test group. So, a test group, Shay was already talking about this a little bit, but this is an opportunity to try a new program before it's released to the public. So, when Beachbody is creating their programs and they're filming it, and right after they've created all these workouts, you get to be the first one to try it. So, Beachbody put me in a bod group with all the other people that earned Success Starter, and they sent me a link to all the job one workouts, and I get to try them all before they're released or put on the Beachbody On Demand app. So it's just really cool. Also, in the pod group, like Jennifer Jacobs, the job one trainer, will come on and go live, and so will Alana and Autumn. They'll go live, and different people. So it's just fun to be in that bod group too. And it's fun because it's top secret. No one knows about it. It's fun to talk about on your Instagram. It's exciting. Other girls, like on our Fit for His Glory and Joyfully His team, are wanting to know how it's going and asking me questions. It's just fun, and it's fun to kind of be in the know and get to know before everyone else. Also, it's a great opportunity to talk about coaching, because you earn Success Starter because of what you did in your business and because of what you've done as a coach. So as you're, you've been, if you've earned Success Starter, you've been a coach at least 6 months. And so at that point, you're starting to want to recruit coaches, and you're starting to want to invite coaches. So this is a really good opportunity to talk about coaching more. And I think that could be really beneficial. Like I said, lots of energy, lots of excitement, lots to talk about on your Instagram. And also, it's a great opportunity to take ownership of your business, because I think maybe there's one more girl, maybe a couple girls on Fit for His Glory, like big team, that are doing this job one, but I don't think anyone on the Zoom call did job one. So it's really a unique experience to me. Therefore, I have to really take ownership of my business and what I'm doing, because I can't just follow along what the rest of the team is doing, because I'm following totally different workouts and doing something totally different and talking about something totally different on my Instagram. So it's an opportunity to just level up and take ownership of your business. And I think that's really important, to be taking ownership. So back to the last slide, why Success Starter. We're going to talk about this a little bit more, but build momentum with all of the energy and with all the excitement and with all of the newness. This will really help you build momentum in your business. And again, we'll talk about that later. That's something I've really found the importance of in my past, like, almost year of coaching. And like I said, level up, take ownership, lead, and create energy. Okay. How to achieve Success Starter. I came up with 6 do's and don'ts. And again, there's no perfect formula or script, but these are things that really helped me, and I hope that they'll help you. I think they will. Number 1, don't spend too much time watching other coaches and listening to personal development. Now, I think watching other coaches and personal development is awesome. And I think you definitely should do it, because I think watching other coaches, it they give you an example of how to talk on your stories, how to publicly invite, how to get excited, how to they give you ideas and they help set the example, and I think it's really helpful to watch them. And also personal development, that's part of our tracker. It's very important to listen to personal development and be growing and be learning and listening to trainings and um, growing and learning. However, sometimes I found myself scrolling on Instagram for I don't know how long, watching all these other coaches and watching them being like, wow, I love where they're at. Like, I want to do what they're doing. I want to be full time, stay at home mom working my Beachbody business. Like, that is so cool. I love what they're doing. But then I wasted 15 minutes on Instagram watching these other coaches, idealizing what their life is like, and I'm not taking any action on my tracker. And so, like, um, I lost my train of thought. Um, but yeah, like these other coaches that you're watching, they're taking all the action behind the scenes and growing, and you're just watching, wishing you were doing that. But really, if you were taking action, eventually you'd be where they are, um, if you were just taking action. So do learn from those coaches, learn from those personal development books and podcasts, but then don't just keep watching the coaches. Get after it and take action, um, and really utilize that to your benefit. Don't stay there. Number 2. Okay. I keep getting thrown off. Do y'all see me moving your faces around the screen, or is that just me that I see? Okay, gotcha. Sometimes like your like line of faces block the words, and so I have to keep moving you around. Okay. Number 2, don't dwell on the numbers. It takes time for this business to be lucrative. You're not going to be quit your full-time job because you hit success orders. I wish that were so, but that's not the case. If you dwell on the money or the number of no's you get, you'll really get discouraged fast. Like sometimes when I'm looking at my spreadsheet of all the people that I've invited, I can see how many people I've invited. Like it shows like how many people, and I can see how many people have said no. And so if I were to start my tracker every day and look and be like, shoot, I've had hundreds of people tell me no, like that would be a pretty bummer way to start my tracker every day if I was just focused on the amount of people that told me no, or that I wasn't making as much money as I was hoping to. Now, I'm not saying that you should never look at the numbers. You need to be looking at your back office and seeing how much you're making. And I think it's good to kind of touch base and see how many people are, saying yes to your invites, but just don't dwell on it so much that it becomes discouraging. But do focus on the fun. Just enjoy the job of a coach. Enjoy getting on Zoom and doing your tracker with other coaches. Enjoy doing your workouts. Enjoy making a fun recipe reel and posting it, and the success will follow. So I really encourage y'all to do that. Number 3, don't only post Beachbody. Um, of course, you have to pitch Beachbody. You want to post your workouts. You want to post, our team call, right? That we're doing right now. You want to post it after and say that you went to this team call, and you want to be sharing about your challenge groups. Yes. However, people are not going to join you because, yes, this might be some of the reason, but like, for example, I did not join Shay because I just had to have a box or a bag of Shakeology. I joined her because I was sold on her and who she is and her mission. And that's ultimately why I joined her. But yes, I also wanted workouts and a business opportunity in Shakeology too. But that was not the main reason. And you do need to build relationships, and that's really the best part. That's what should get you excited. And I feel like every time someone asks me, we'll be catching up and someone will ask me like, "How's Beachbody going?" The one of the first things I always say is, I'm loving it so much, and I'm loving it because I'm getting to meet all these people that I wouldn't have otherwise, and I'm getting to have these awesome conversations, and I'm getting to talk about the gospel and our quiet times and fitness and the good and the bad. I'm getting to build these relationships, and that's what's so exciting, and that's the best part. And in your DMs, don't overthink those conversations too much. Just have BFF combos. Just pretend like they're your best friend and comment on how cute their dog is, or how do you make that dried orange garland? I just have to know. And I I promise people will be like excited to talk to you, and that'll build trust and they'll feel comfortable with you. Also, this next point is really a goal that I've really made for myself, especially recently, is to talk and show your face on stories. Because I've realized all of the influencers that I enjoy following them because I love when they're walking around talking into the camera, and I feel like I'm becoming friends with them. Um, if you don't ever show your face, they never get to know you. And I think what's really cool is when you are talking on your stories a lot and you're becoming friends with your followers when you don't even know it. Like your followers are becoming friends with you because they get on their Instagram every day and are kind of having a conversation with you. They're watching you do life and talking to you, but you're not having direct conversation with them. But then when you do go into the direct messages and comment on a story or invite them to a challenge group, there's so much more trust because they have been building a relationship with you for so long because they keep seeing your face talking to them through the phone every day. And so trust has been built, and that's going to make relationships in the DMs way easier, um, and really going to help build with your followers. And also just share life, share um, like for me, I'm a student, share studying in the library or um like for instance, a lot of times people get so much more excited when you share life too, like your engagement goes way up. Like for instance, this weekend I had a sorority formal and my story engagement was out the wazoo. Like I had like 200 more people watching my stories than normal because it was sorority formal weekend. So just like share life and share fun things, and people will just feel like they can relate to you and you'll have more to talk about. But again, I think this is really important because people are going to be sold on you and they're going to want to enjoy or join you and join your mission in addition to Beachbody. Number 4, don't get nervous and unsure. Um, I think sometimes, at least for me, sometimes I can get in my head like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I want to invite this girl because I don't know, like I'm a part of an MLM, like I don't know, like I do network marketing. Like maybe she won't like that, or maybe I get nervous, like I don't know, like would she really like online workouts? I don't know. And I get nervous and hesitant and don't want to invite and don't want to show up. And that just, I mean, you've ruined your day if you're just getting nervous and unwilling to show up. Um, but do invite and follow up with confidence. And I put this specific picture on this slide, shameless plug, because going to these live events, this was at our, I guess our summit last spring. I can't remember what month it was. But anyways, I feel like going to this live event was when I was like, okay, I have so much confidence in this because I knew what this community was. And I knew I was for sure like, okay, this means something to me and this is important to me and this has changed some aspect of my life. And why would I not share that with someone else? If this has been something that's important to me that I love, why would I not share that? That would be crazy. Um, and so know the worth that you have to offer. No, like, are you doing these workouts every day? Do you enjoy them? If you love it and enjoy it, feel confident to share. Know that it has worth and feel confident that you can share that. Um and be timely too. This is something that I didn't realize it when I was doing it, but when I was kind of going back and looking at my numbers, I was like, oh shoot, follow ups. I would do my follow ups every time I would do my tracker, but somehow I think I got a little behind and I realized some people I hadn't followed up with for like a month. And I was like, of course they're going to say no. They've moved on to something else. It's been a month since I've talked to them about our challenge group. So I think it's really important to be timely with those messages and intentional with that. Of course, give yourself grace. I mean, they're not going to just fall off the face of the earth if you haven't followed up with them in 2 or 3 days, but just be conscious of that and be timely, so that when they're interested, like when people are ready to jump into a fitness program, like they're ready. And you don't want to wait and wait and wait, because you get nervous to follow up with them. So be confident and be timely in that and know the worth that you have to offer. Know what this community means to you. Invite and follow up like it's changed your life and like it can change theirs. Number 5, don't have an all or nothing mentality. If you think you only have time for 10 minutes of coach work, don't just skip it, because this will create a habit of giving up and it'll be much harder to start again. If you're thinking, oh, shoot, like I don't have enough time to complete my whole tracker today, what's the point? I just won't do any of it. Like, what's the point of just um, connecting or adding 10 new followers? I'll just add that extra to my tracker tomorrow. No, that's going to set a really bad rhythm and it's going to be so much harder to start again. I love this quote by Darren Hardy. He says that Newton's first law, y'all all remember from high school physics, also known as the law of inertia, objects at rest tend to stay at rest unless acted on by an outside force. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion unless something stops their momentum. Put another way, couch potatoes tend to stay couch potatoes. Achievers, people who get into successful rhythm, continue busting their butts and end up achieving more and more. I've seen this so true in my business of when I take a day off or multiple days off, trying to get back into my tracker after those days off is so hard because I've gotten in a rhythm of not doing it. But if I can just do something, even a little bit every day to keep that momentum going, it's going to be so much easier to keep going and keep showing up. So do, besides a planned Sabbath or a planned unplugged time, like Shay took time off while she was at the conference, do at least something every day. This is going to be huge, and the power of momentum is key. This will really help you keep showing up every day and not get out of rhythm. And then, of course, the tracker. Keep doing that tracker. Show up, do that tracker every day. And that's going to really help you move forward those business building activities. It's really important. Okay, number 6, don't try to do it all on your own. That's going to be very frustrating. It's going to be discouraging and it's going to be really tiring and exhausting. But do submit it all to Jesus. I love that when I joined this team, our tracker every day, the first thing you do is sit down and pray before every work session. Like, how cool? How cool to sit down and every time you work, stop and submit that to the Lord and trust that He is working through you and He's going to fight for you. I've been reading Joshua, and I just like this morning I was reading about Joshua fighting all these people groups and like what happened? Oh, it was when Joshua was going to battle and he asked that the sun would stand still, and the Lord kept the sun in the sky until the battle was won. So Joshua still showed up, but the Lord was really the one fighting that battle, and the Lord was the one that won the battle for the Israelites. So I encourage you just to submit it to the Lord and allow him to work through you, because he can do such big things through you if you allow him to. Also pray before your client calls and over the people you invite, not just that your invites will be successful. Don't just pray, oh Lord, I hope I get 3 successful points. Not I mean, those are fine things, but pray over the people that you invite, not just your invites. Pray about their lives and pray that the Lord would be working in their lives. And that just goes back to building relationships too. And then James 5:16 says, the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. Okay. And then that's all I have for Success Starter. But just to recap again, the test group, I earned a spot in the Job One test group. And this is trying out a new program before everyone gets to. Lots of energy, top secret, and a really great opportunity to take ownership of your business. So, Job One, the trainer is Jennifer Jacobs, and she used to work with Peloton, and now she's doing Beachbody. So this is her first program with Beachbody. The program setup is 5 days a week, 20 minutes a day. And the workouts consist of cardio, HIIT, weight training, resistance training, and cycling. The cycling is optional. Like in the link I had for all the workouts, I had the link for all the cycling workouts, but I don't have a bike. So I never did the cycling workouts. But if you did have a bike, that would be something that you could do, but you don't have to. There's an option you can do HIIT or cycling or something like that. So kind of covers a little everything, which I think is really cool, how you get a little bit of cardio and a little bit of weights. And then the launch dates, we already talked about this, but December 2nd is coach and preferred customer. And then December 16th is VIP early access and customer. All right, my thoughts on Job One, my honest thoughts on my experience. Pros, quick and efficient. I think this is like the best part. I mean, it's only 20 minutes, so that eliminates any of the excuses of people saying, I don't have time, or myself saying, I don't have time. It is 20 minutes. Like Shay said, less than 1% of your entire week. There are no excuses. It's quick, and you get into the workout, and there's like a 1-minute warm up, and you're like already hitting the ground running. There are no long breaks. You are just working for those 20 minutes. So you're really working hard for 20 minutes, but then you're done. It's perfect for the holidays, like we talked about, because our schedules can look different with traveling, but 20 minutes, totally doable. Also, lots of training styles. That's just fun to get to change it up. Some days we didn't even use weights. I believe 2 of the days we didn't even use weights. So I'd get to go outside and do my workout. That was fun. Get my heart rate up by doing cardio. And then other days I'd get to do strength. And so that was really fun to just change it up and having something different every day. Cons, it's only 20 minutes. So kind of same as the pro, but on the other side of things. Sometimes I kind of like to work out for more than 20 minutes. So sometimes I ended the 20 and was like, I kind of want to go on a quick little jog or quick little walk or do some extra ab exercises or something. So again, personal preference, but I kind of like my workouts to be a little longer, even though there's some times where 20 minutes is just perfect. And then this is totally personal opinion, but some of the workouts we used resistance bands almost the whole workout. That just wasn't really my jam. I kind of liked trying something new, and I think a lot of people do love resistance bands, but that just wasn't my favorite. Just a personal opinion, but since I'm sharing about my experience, I thought I would share that. Let's see. Questions?
That was amazing, Caroline. Like that was so good. I'm gonna have to go back and like screenshot all of your do's and don'ts because I think those are so good.
Thank you.
I don't think anybody's looking through the chat. I will say this, I loved the part where you were talking about how the test group like caused you to take ownership, because that's not something I had thought about. And I was like, that's so true, because we were having to, like, we were getting pumped about body and all that. And you're over here like, well, like, that's not what I'm doing right now. Like, I can't do that. And so it kind of challenged you as a coach and a leader to literally take ownership of your business, like you said. And loved how you really put the emphasis on like, enjoy the process and have fun, and like success will follow, whatever that looks like for you. So those are like my favorite things you said.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions for Caroline?
Or questions about job one?
Yeah, any questions?
Anything.
Any questions about what I talked about in the beginning? It doesn't matter. We got like 5 minutes, so we're open to questions.
My only question is, and Shay, you might have access to this. Do we know if the $20 off for the challenge packs or total solution packs is going to carry over to December 2nd? Because it's like, I want to get people $20 off and get them signed up for that program too.
Yeah, probably not. That's just my opinion, because I don't know that. I get as a diamond leader, I get a diamond insider thing every year. And so, I mean, every year, every week. Gotcha. And so like, I usually get it 2 or 3 days before the first of the month. And so I can update y'all when it comes out. I'm just making the assumption it's probably not, because it went all through October. Then they added it to November without us knowing. And usually with like program launches, like they're not going to add on, because they're already $20 off. So like a program completion pack is usually $180 if you do the program one. And so $160 is technically the sell price, if that makes sense. So I don't think so. The only other thing I would say is, if you want to run a Cyber Monday sale, run a Cyber Monday, like, but that would be you. That wouldn't be Beachbody. But yeah. Britt said, are we going to have a big group for everyone doing job one, coaches and customers? So I did, I think I left this off. We're going to have a team-wide challenge group. Yes, January the 3rd is what Nikki just said. No, hold on. I'm reading her thing. We're going to have a coach-wide challenge group starting on the 6th. That is just coaches. That's literally going to be, I'll be honest and say, like, I know I probably shouldn't say this. I usually don't participate in those because it's too much for me to keep up with. But if as a coach, you need your own accountability, that's kind of what it is. Like, Caroline's going to be leading that, and it's just for coaches. I'm still going to be doing the program. I just probably won't be like, you probably won't see me a lot in that group, honestly, just because you have to pick and choose what you focus on. And that's a lot sometimes, but it is a great opportunity. And then team-wide, yes. So we're going to kick off for customers. We're going to kick off December 27th prep, start January the 3rd. This is probably what I'm going to do. So yes, Caroline's going to have a big team-wide group, but we have a big enough team at this point. I really would love for it to be Joyfully His team-wide, because I'll be honest, I get a little overwhelmed in the Fit for His Glory like launches, because there's like hundreds of people that get put in there, and I can't keep up with my girls. Like, I get lost myself. And so what my plan is to still do the same dates that Caroline's promoting, but like, I was going to run one for our Joyfully His. And so if you add girls in there, then I was going to open it up to let y'all help me post, and we can, like, literally it'll be the same post and everything. It'll just be our team, which hopefully will still be big, but not 100 people, because it's really hard to keep up with your people that way. So that's kind of my plan for that. So I'll keep y'all updated on that.
I think that worked really well for 645. It was way less overwhelming than when we did 9-week control freak with the whole big group. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah. And it might be something like, I might reach out to Ashton again, because we ran that with Ashton, and be like, hey, do you want to team up? Because that's not too big, but sometimes it's just good to join in with some smaller coaches and teams. It's easier. And I feel like our girls get more personal relationships from it. I agree with Britt. 645 did feel really long. I'd lost people too. And this is literally 4 weeks. Like, this is going to be so good. And I don't know, Caroline might can speak on this, but I feel like this is going to be a good program. And I've talked a lot about doing this with Body, and I still have the plan of starting people on Body because they get a free subscription. So like that's where I'm going to start my challengers most of the time and let them try out all the trainers and then go from there. But I feel like if you're more program oriented, if you don't want to do Body, then this is probably going to be a really good launch program for new customers. Like, I don't know, Caroline, is it like, can it be easily, like if it's a beginner, is it good for beginners too, like the modifications and stuff?
I think it would be fine for beginners.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking, because like for a new person just starting out in fitness, like you cannot argue 5 days, 20 days a week. I mean, 20 minutes a week, you know, like that's a good
Be
place.
a great starter program for sure.
Yeah. Caroline, with just 20 minutes, did you find it was still a good enough challenge / good result?
Yes. Frankly, for me, I think I could have used like 10 more minutes of working out. I think the 20 minutes like were challenging, and I was working and kept moving. I didn't have like, for instance, 6:45, I felt like those were long workouts, but we had like long breaks. For me, I thought like the workout itself moved kind of slow, but this workout, you're like, go, go, go. Like you don't have long breaks. You're working the whole time. For me personally, I would have liked to work out a little longer. Definitely a personal opinion. I didn't see as drastic transformation. Like I see in the chat, you're talking about Emily Longshore. She got awesome transformation and really had a lot of change in those 4 weeks. For me, I'm kind of about the same, but not that the program was bad, or I mean, it was great, but I didn't have like this dramatic transformation, but Emily did. And that's awesome for her. So I think it could vary person to person. And also she might have been like doing way better on her nutrition than I was. So that also plays a huge role.
I think it's just going to depend on like the person in season. Cause like, honestly, when I first started Beachbody and then Transform 20 came out, I was like, no. And even when I did that program, like, cause I had more time, honestly, in that season of life. And so even when I was doing that program, even though I liked it, I really did feel like at first I was like, am I really doing enough? But like now in the season I'm in, or even like a year ago, like I've been so busy and stuff, like I love 20 minutes. Like I'll pull Transform 20 out. I've done like 20-minute body workouts and stuff, and I love it. And so I think it really just depends on the person in the season you're speaking to as well. Let's see.
This is another random thing that I saw. Jenna was supposed to be in that test group and then found out she was pregnant and couldn't do it. Her doctor didn't okay her in her first trimester. So that's another thing to keep in mind. It was intense enough that her doctor said not in your first trimester. So if you've got girls that are pregnant, just FYI.
Yeah, that's a good thought. Everybody's so different, like differences of opinion and all that. But yeah, Alicia said 20 minutes is great. I agree. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Britt said, yeah, it really depends on your doctor and what you're doing. Like mine literally told me I could do whatever I was doing before. It didn't matter as long as I felt okay. So it just depends.
I think that's anybody with baseline fitness. Like you don't get pregnant and then start an intense workout program.
No. I would never. And like, if I was doing super slow, I would have not like went to an intense program, if that makes sense. Yes. Okay. Any other like last second questions and we will wrap it up. Caroline, thank you so much. Like that was really good. It was like not even, don't take this the wrong way. It's not what I was expecting. Like when I gave you guidelines, but it was like 10 times better, like 10 times better.
Good.
So
Good.
I'm glad you went into more detail.
What'd you say?
I said, I'm just glad you went into like more of a personal detail behind it instead of just being like, here's the facts. It was really good. Okay, well, I'll say a little prayer for us. We'll wrap it up. Action hour at 5:30 in the morning. Don't forget, I forget who's leading it now. Somebody. But there is one.
Samantha.
So, yeah, Sam. That's right. So just a reminder about that. I thought about this while Caroline was talking, and I will post something. We don't have to talk about it, but deadline for Summit next year to get a place in our house is the last day of November, so Tuesday. So if you have not committed to Summit and you really want to like have a spot in our house, please let me know, because I'm going to open it up to Fit for His Glory. And that's simply just because like I don't want to have an empty house. And so I know there's people looking for places. And so just heads up on that. We have 7 out of 12 spots taken right now, that are like confirmed. Let's see. Okay. Well, everybody's saying thank you. Yes, so good. I will say a prayer for us and we will wrap it up. Thank y'all for being on tonight. I know it's a holiday week, but hopefully this was an encouragement to you. I know it was for me. Let's pray. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we just come to you tonight and we are so grateful for who you are, God. We are thankful for the many gifts and talents that you have given each of us, Lord, and just the ability that you have allowed us to have, and just being a vessel for you and just using something as simple as health and fitness to do so, Lord. I love just hearing stories and hearing testimonies, and just what a testament of your goodness, just hearing Caroline share her story tonight. And Lord, we praise you for that. And Lord, that's why we're here, is for women to truly walk through that transformation, Lord, whatever it looks like, just growing closer to you and realizing who they are in you and who their identity is, and just living in that way and not being caught up in this darkness that I feel like health and fitness just is in our world today. And so, Lord, we thank you that we get to just be a beacon of light in that. And I pray that we don't take that lightly, Lord. I thank you for this team. I thank you for Caroline and her leadership and her willingness to jump on here and just share so much wisdom with us tonight. And Lord, we just pray a blessing over her as she continues to shine a light in the college world and just share her journey and just continue to use her mess ultimately for your mission. And so, Lord, we just thank you for that and bless her, God. I pray that you be with each of these ladies as we go throughout the rest of this week, Lord, that we would continue to work hard and not give up just because it's the end of the month and we're not where we want to be, but that we would set that time aside, that we would be intentional, but also set boundaries and step away and take a break and just enjoy the sweet time with our families, Lord, because that's what matters more than anything. And so, Lord, I just pray for safety if any of these ladies are traveling, God, and just our health this week as we get to come together and just gather with family. We love you. We thank you. And we just praise you for who you are. In Jesus' precious and holy name we pray. Amen.
Do we want to take a boomerang or something?
Yeah. Let me